Okay, you're live. So, Christina Garcia, how did you feel about what she said?
Okay, well, we live?
Yeah, we're live.
So I'm not going to mince words now. I mean, the hypocrisy is so extraordinary. I mean, it's so mind-boggling to me. And here's what, we're in a time right now when we know the media has been lying to us. We know the government has been lying to us. We have seen these things. Frankly, some people don't like me using this word, but there's an evil that's advancing against all of us, every one of us, because we all are going to be impacted. And as long as we're not doing our own due diligence, we're sticking to something, even though we don't know the truth. And the reason I'm saying that is they talk about protecting their life, their right, their constitution, and they're ignoring that this process is a very hideous, gross process of murdering a child. I have forced myself to watch things really in researching and discovering if something is true or not true, and I really doubt that even 10% or 5% of the women there, and even the men there, have seen a process of what has taken place with an abortion. So, it comes down to, you still can feel that is a right, but just be truthful. Understand, just like when a baby is, when a baby's born, I had 5 children. When the baby is born, there's this incredible joy. There's this bundle of joy, and it's a life. It's a baby. But yet, doctors in an abortion clinic, as long as that baby hasn't come out of the womb, it's not considered killing. It's not considered murder, but it is. So, I don't know. We're trying to find that common ground where at least that women are getting proper counseling before they go in, because if they know the truth, most women, I don't think, are going to go through with it. It's just hard to imagine. So I don't know if you want to ask something. I guess I just need to be very upfront. It's the truth is it's killing.
Right. So this group over here is talking about our president and legislation, and ultimately it seems to me that if you're for Planned Parenthood or against Planned Parenthood, they've drawn this line in the sand for us, and we don't have to pick a side. We can say the truth, we can call things what they are, and we can also find a middle road where we take the interest of this entity out of these procedures. Planned Parenthood is not the alpha and omega of women-centered care. We could have bipartisan. If we all wanted it bad enough, we could offer that. I think women and children are important enough to do that. To look past the notion that Planned Parenthood is the way, or you're pro-life, pro-choice, and Planned Parenthood is it. That's not the end all.
I mean, I spoke to a friend of mine who is a physician, and he was telling me about a nurse who had gone to him, and she was distraught. She said that she worked in an abortion clinic. The baby was born. She was holding the baby, and the doctor came in and put the body as a saline or whatever. Just dropped the body into saline. I mean, this is what she saw, and it's here in our area. So it's just very important. What's happening here, if you can listen to them, what it's doing is creating a certain level of hate, even towards men. I mean, you listen to the speaker there.
Yeah.
I felt embarrassed just for being, a male and a white male. And I'm half. I'm half Irish English, and my mother's Mexican. But I felt the way the rhetoric that's going on. This kind of rhetoric is a rhetoric of hate. And how does this impact even the people who are supporting pro-choice, is it's an erosion of our society. You know, it's dividing society. And what does that do when society is divided? The passage that permits communism, you know, to exercise communism here in these walls. I mean, this Capitol belongs to the people. It belongs to us. These are our employees. If I become elected, I'm a public servant. You know, I work. We are supposed to be the voice of the people. And these people get in there and they get so smug and they get so arrogant, and we're losing. This belongs to us. Most of the people in there should be fired. They're our public servants, but they have been very purposeful in keeping us divided. And even just like this, believe it or not, these government people are going over there as their champion. They're coming behind a group of people, but what they're doing is they're coming behind the division. You know, as I say, you listen to the talk. I mean, I felt horrible for being a man and for being I really didn't, but I listened to them, and then anyway, maybe we really need to research things for ourselves. That's what I'm pleading with everybody. Don't rely on the government. Don't rely on the media. Don't rely on them, what they're saying. Look for yourself. And I challenge anyone, watch an abortion for yourself and then decide, is it actually killing, or is it just a lifeless fetus that's not there? If you look at the tools that the doctors use, I mean, people would find it offensive for me to post them on Facebook. If you can see the tool, what they use to crush a baby's head. The baby is entitled to the Constitution. It's a life. They're talking about the Constitution and about their life, but what about the unborn child? That is a life. And so, regardless, I understand that it's just like having children. You know, there's sacrifices. You know, it can be a burden at times. But does a burden entitle a person to strip an individual that doesn't have a voice to speak for his or herself of their right to the Constitution? And if that's the case, then you can expect that all of us are going to continue to lose our rights, because it's already happening now. You know, the Constitution, what the government is doing. So that's really all that I have to say on this. I just find it very hypocritical. If my solution to this would be to have an agency acting outside Planned Parenthood and providing the counseling, that they would provide the truth to girls.
Prenatal, you mean?
Prenatal,
yeah, prenatal
right.
counseling.
That they're providing the truth. Right. That the girl and the woman, whoever it is, you know, they should want it. I would think they should want it. You know, I would want to be fully informed before I make a decision, but they're saying no.
Right. They should be fighting for progress. They should be fighting for transparency. They should be fighting for women rather than fighting for an entity that provides that service. This is bigger than that.
Which is an entity which has been caught.
Yes, caught.
Has been caught selling parts. And as I said, all you have to do is just really do some due diligence. For everything, we should be doing our due diligence. Just look and then decide.
And let's talk about Pan for a second. You know, I tried to approach Pan about this hypocrisy here and why he's at this event. Pan has lied on the stand at a hearing and said that there was not aborted fetal cells in vaccinations, while he simultaneously mandated vaccinations. And so this is a big problem, the hypocrisy here. It all ties in together. So he believes that these women who want Planned Parenthood and their right to choose should have their constitutional rights to abort their children, that our children don't deserve their constitutional rights to medical freedom and religious freedom in choosing vaccinations or not. That hypocrisy is exactly what we need to get out of office. We need to can Pan and everyone like him and get people like Austin into those seats. Even if you don't align with what Austin is saying in his stance about a child's life in the womb, you can see that he's an authentic person that is here to help change something moving forward.
Right. As I say, it's just we should be looking for ourselves. And I'm not a politician. I want to be a voice for the people. I say way too much. I'm not claiming.
This is one of the people who voted yes on 277. She's here in a pink jacket. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. She's here supporting people's right to choose. However, she didn't support our right to choose medical procedures for our children.
Right. And again, I want to make clear, I don't claim to be a political pundit in the state government, but I do bring integrity, and I bring common sense, and in the interest of the people. And otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. I come around here, and it's just like we're losing. I've said it before. We're losing our country. We're losing our government, and the state of California leads.
Do you believe that a father is also supposed to be included in this choice? They make it sound like it's something. Yeah, so something that we did on our own as women. We created these babies inside of us, and that these men have no. I get it. I do understand. That's the problem. Is that you're allowed to see both sides, as I see both sides in this situation. I see both sides. And the horrors of things that could happen that lead to that pregnancy, to these women, these abuses, is horrific. At the same time, if it was a father who had a desire to have a baby, I just don't see how this is.
Hey, gentlemen, you are a disgrace to the Constitution. You're ignoring the life of a child. Watch an abortion. Smile as much as you want, but research it. Watch an abortion and then decide.
Or
is your conscience so burned? You're a disgrace, and you're misrepresenting the people. You guys need to get your butts kicked out of there. This is ours, not yours.
That's right.
Anyway, all they have to do is look at procedure.
I'm shaking.
So.
All right, I see some people over here. Let's go see our American flag people and see what they have to say. There's a tiny group of them over there. See, I think we'll go see. Say goodbye to all your Facebook friends who are watching. There's not many, but they'll see it.
See you later.